cybersecurity entry skill is but not limited to research. And I'll just try to go briefly over some of these key skills that a new person in cybersecurity might want to take into consideration when they're thinking about getting into the industry. Research is a very important skill in that it can help you to be able to research some of the requirements that a job might need you to do. And that means you have to understand how to utilize specialized sources and make sure that those sources are reliable and industry recognized. You want to be able to perform you want to be able to update your knowledge as well and to report on the work that you are carrying out so that it can help you to contribute to material and publication quality. You might be responsible as well for curating some of that information that you collect as a result of your research. The importance when it comes to entry skills in cybersecurity is your understanding of the tools that is being used by an organization. An organization might have a specialized tool that they use, and they expect either you have a working knowledge of the core principles of how those tools and methods operate, or they expect that in one way or another you have an understanding of how you can learn the skill on the job rather quickly. So the tools and methods is going to be dependent on the type of the organization and the kind of tools they are able to deploy. Typically, in most cases, they would provide some kind of training or some resources for you to upskill. So this is a very quick way of learning some of these approaches. Skill you could potentially learn as well is how you can perform testing, and your responsibility as an entry-level person might be related to how you define test conditions when you're given a particular requirement, how you design test cases and create test scripts, and you provide supporting data so that you can also interpret, execute, and record those test cases in accordance with project plans. You also want to learn how to analyze reports and report test activities and results. Public presentation might not also be too far away when it comes to testing, because if you are performing the testing, you want to be able to present your results. You also want to be able to identify the risks associated with the testing, and so you can provide a report on the related issues. You want to also learn how to execute given test scripts under supervision. You also need to know how to record the results again. And then finally, you need to know how to develop an understanding of the roles of testing within system development as a tool for designing improvement as well as a validation process. Another is security administration. Security administration is a skill that requires that you are able to receive and respond to routine requests for security support from users. You might also need to learn how to maintain a record and advise relevant persons on the type of actions that have been taken to provide that security administrative support. You also need to learn how to assist in the investigation and resolution of issues related to access control and security mechanisms. You also need to learn how to perform simple security administrative tasks while maintaining relevant records and documentation. Skill, of course, like we all know, is penetration testing. Penetration testing is considered a very important skill because it goes a long way in helping organizations validate the statuses or the status of whatever program they are developing, whether it's an application, software, or a system that is being developed. So you want to be able to know how to maintain current knowledge of malware and other cybersecurity threats. You have to learn how to create tests using in-depth technical analysis of risks and typical vulnerabilities. You have to learn how to produce test scripts and materials and test packs to test new and existing software or services. You have to learn how to specify requirements for environment, data resources, and tools. You also need to learn how to interpret, execute, and document complex test scripts using agreed methods and standards. You have to learn how to record and analyze action and results. You also need to learn how to review test results and modify tests where necessary. Then also to provide a report on the progress and the anomalies and the risk or the issues that may have been associated with the overall project. Your ability in penetration testing should also include your ability to report system quality and collect metrics on test cases, while you also learn how to provide specialist advice to support others. Application support is another skill you want to learn because it helps you to be able to use application management softwares and tools to investigate issues and collect performance statistics and create reports. You also need to learn how to maintain application support processes and checks that all requests for support are dealt with in accordance with agreed procedures. You also need to learn how to identify and resolve issues with applications following agreed procedures. The use of the application support skill goes a long way in helping you to use that skill to apply software management and other tools to collect performance statistics. The skill will also help you to carry out agreed upon application maintenance tasks. It will also help you to and assist you in performing investigation and resolution of issues related to applications. Skills is learning about IT infrastructure. IT infrastructure helps to carry out agreed operational procedures, including infrastructure configuration, installation, and maintenance. You need to know how to use infrastructure management tools to collect and report on load and performance statistics and to automate the provisioning and testing and the deployment of new and changed infrastructure. You also need to learn how to contribute to the implementation of maintenance and installation work. You also need to have the skills and know how to use the standards and the procedures and the tools to carry out defined system backups and restore data where necessary, which is not unrelated to system restoration. You also need to learn how to identify operational problems and contribute to their resolution and carry out agreed operational procedures of a routine nature. Your ability should also not be limited to how you contribute to maintenance, installation, and problem resolution under supervision to infrastructural operation. Management is another skill that is very important. Your ability to understand the database management system software and tools and the knowledge of the logical database schemata to investigate problems and collect performance statistics and create reports. Your ability to carry out routine configuration, installation, and reconfiguration of database and related products goes a long way. And you're also able to develop and configure tools to enable automation of database administration tasks and identify problems and issues and recommend corrective actions. Your ability to also use database management software and tools to collect agreed performance statistics, carry out agreed database management and administrative tasks while assisting in database support. Network support is another skill you can also learn to enhance your career because it goes a long way in helping you to build confidence and to enhance your skill. And that includes but not limited to your ability to maintain the network support processes and check that all requests for support are dealt with in accordance with agreed procedures. Your ability to use network management tools and softwares and to investigate and diagnose network problems, collect performance statistics, and create reports, or while working with users and other staff and suppliers as necessary. You also need to know how to identify and resolve network problems and follow agreed upon principles and procedures and use network management softwares to collect agreed performance statistics while you do the necessary maintenance tasks. Beyond that, you also need to learn how to investigate and resolve network problems while providing assistance with the necessary maintenance procedure. Incident management is the second to the last skill you need to learn because it helps you to be able to prioritize and diagnose incidents according to agreed procedures. It helps you to investigate causes of incidents and seek resolution. It helps you to escalate unresolved incidents to the necessary parties within an organization. It also helps you to facilitate recovery following resolution of incidents. It also helps you, the skill, incident management skill will help you to document and close resolved incidents according to agreed procedure. It will also help you to follow agreed procedures, identify and register and categorize incidents. It also helps you to gather information so that it can enable incident response or resolution in going forward while promptly allocating incidents as appropriate. The maintenance of records and advice, you are able to maintain record and provide advice relevant and to provide advisory to relevant persons of the type of actions that has been taken. You also need to be able to gather information to enable this resolution and for testing purposes. Important for you to learn how to perform security documentation, because most openings are that are available right now to a large extent requires that you have an understanding of some of the basic security standards that are out there, like the risk management framework, like the COBIT approach, and several other frameworks that are out there. So typical job description for a security documentation specialist might be that you need to be able to collaborate with legal, IT, and engineering teams to develop new and improve existing compliance and security governance programs for different types of product and customers and operations that is being performed. You also might be required to manage third-party attestation audits and certification efforts for the organization, and include but not limited to ISO 27001, SOC 1, SOC 2, SOC 3, SOCs, that's the Sarbanes-Oxley. The SOC 1, SOC 2, and SOC 3 is a service organization compliance reports, while you also might be responsible with CSA and high trust and other relevant industry standards. You might also be required to support the program in coordination with team members and other agencies, and facilitating audit processes and change request and remediation activities. You might also be responsible for facilitating and verifying cloud service compliance evidence and the artifacts that have been provided periodically. You might be responsible for contributing to cloud service specific input and assist with cloud service pre-audit and post-audit activities, such as security assessment and development of the relevant security assessment plans, or third-party assessment organizations and the rules of engagement, or third-party assessment organization security assessment reports. You might also be required to contribute to cloud-specific input to the system security plan, and to work with the system security plan to ensure that changes are captured. You might also be required to work with leadership in providing a relevant plan of action and milestone compliance or compliance reports, and at the same time being able to work with the project management office. In a nutshell, these skills will help you to enhance your career and give you an opportunity to highlight what you are able to do on your resume, thereby giving you an opportunity to get started easily in the industry. For further questions and inquiries, you can send out an email to cyberseczen@gmail.com, or visit www.cyberseczen.com if you want to learn more. Thank you.